Yo, welcome, man. Welcome to the Uninvited podcast, man. Yo, we back. Listen, we here chilling, man. It's been a minute, fellas. Yo, Ricky in the house.
Yeah,
my man Dwayne in the house. You know, shout out to our producer, Fake Cool, man, who consistently been putting this together for us, man. Like, listen, we just vibing tonight, man. Just just catching up. It's been a minute for us. Yeah. So y'all tune in. Got some interesting topics.
Ansie's not here, so I feel lonely over here.
Hey,
got all this room.
You're on that side by yourself. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll make it do.
What up, Ansie?
Ansie, love.
Ansie's out there being great.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's out there. He had a gig today, right?
Yeah, he's out there being that. See, okay, and that's a bone I got to pick with everybody on this as a non-musician, because everybody's out there doing good stuff.
He said, as a non-musician.
As a non-musician, I'm the family. We got the dad. We all got children, but that's basically my thing. I go to work and I look forward to doing podcasts. But Mr. Super Producer Space Jones got stuff to produce. I got music to make. Hey Rick, you gonna put them cookies down, man? Are you good? No. All right, keep going. Don't worry, I'll get to you later. But I gotta produce stuff. Ansie got gigs to do. Uncle Matt is somewhere on this earth making music. I don't hear from him. But leaving me here by my lonesome, not doing a podcast for like 7 months. What's with you people? What's going on? I'm trying to be great.
It's been a minute, man. You know,
I'm trying to be great.
You know how it is. Well, wait a minute. I don't see you giving that energy to Ricky though.
No,
Ricky haven't been here.
He's over here eating cookies.
I'm saying cookies from the cookie jar.
Fake Cool's out here doing what he does.
Right.
And then, leaving me by my lonesome. I don't have a mic in my house. And even if I couldn't do a podcast because I got screaming children.
Yeah, but we're supposed to do those one-on-ones.
Yeah, we are. But, they was doing stuff. Everybody's doing stuff except for me. I want to talk.
Wow.
I want to talk and I feel bad.
I wasn't doing stuff.
All right, well, yeah, your life and my life are kind of the same. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, we could have not do stuff together.
Yeah, we could have.
Yeah.
We could have.
Yeah.
But I did actually catch because you posted some of what you were working on. Very good stuff, sir.
Oh man, a little bit of stuff here.
Oh, let's say this. I don't.
A lot of little projects
What
coming out.
were we doing?
These are not little projects. That's the problem with black folks. They always try to put little, try to make something smaller. That's big, sir.
A lot of projects coming out, but yeah, some good stuff, man. We've been in the works. We've been
this is not the launch party.
Stuff,
this is not the launch party. Is that why you?
Yeah, he's trying to keep it under wraps.
Trying to keep it under.
Not yet.
All right, gotcha.
It's gonna be there.
Dwayne, what you doing? And what you doing?
Nah, man, I blow everything up, man. That's what I'm here. That's what my role is.
It's like you gotta wait. It's still cooking.
Yeah. It's gonna be there soon. But yo, what's been going on, man? Like, yo, what's up with y'all gotta fill me in because I'm MIA on this, man. What's up?
The queen, is no longer. That happened.
Yeah. How you feel about that?
Well, I mean, I think it's very interesting what's going on right now because, of course, being from a British Commonwealth myself, I just learned that they consider her to be still ruling over the country stuff, and I'm like, exactly, that's a technical term. That's weird. Like ruling how? It's been free since '79. Right. But if you look it up, they still say, and I'm like, it's not so bad. Everybody is protesting and stuff. The Indian, delegation is protesting. The Caribbean delegation is protesting. I'm like,
right.
It's not that serious.
Yeah, actually, the Queen did get a lot of flack from the places that she had occupied.
Yes.
So everybody's like, "Oh no, the Queen died," and everybo's like, "Yay, the Queen died." It's some people like, "Yay."
Nothing changes. It's
there was a lot of mixed emotions about that.
Yeah.
Because you saw a lot of people saying like, "Yo, you know what? I'm not crying the fact that she died, man." But then there's a lot of people that, black folk too.
Which was weird to me. That was
like
weird.
Crying over her death and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was weird. Like a lot of people on my timeline was like, the Queen died, and I'm like, one, you're from America. We don't have a queen. Like, why? That's weird. Number two,
right?
Yeah, and number two, the amount of like because it's a first world country, so America and the UK are pretty much alike. They'll put on a face like, yes, we are benevolent and we have all of this wealth and it's great.
Yeah.
But you had to kill a bunch of people in order to get it. So the people that you shat on I remember there was this Talib Kweli posted something on his Instagram. It was an Iraqi woman saying, "Yo, we understand that you feel this way about the Queen, but you have to understand there's people that were occupied by England. We don't care anything about the Queen, and you can't expect us to join you in your grief. You know, we don't care. Like we don't care that she died. We're actually, you know, some people are kind of glad she's gone, even though the machine of the UK is not going to end because, you know, she's gone. And what's her son's name? The one that's been waiting 700 years to get the monarchy. Yes. Charles finally has it.
Yes.
And then if Charles happens to die, then Harry gets, not Harry, the other one. William gets it. So it's
Harry don't want it.
Yeah, Harry don't want it. It's succession. Yeah, that's awesome. It's, you know, it's that's succession. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's succession. It doesn't stop. It doesn't end. It just continues to go. But you know, and they had it on every channel, man. It's like I was at, you know, I was in the morning. I was watching the news, and they just walked her coffin from one place to the other and had the camera on it at the whole time. And I'm like, okay, this is news. Why? But to all of those, you know, who actually, you know, have a vested interest in care and, you know,
like
yeah,
Snoop was online. I saw a clip where Snoop was online. Snoop was giving a story of like when he was in trouble at and they wouldn't let him back into London, and then it's the Queen that vouched for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then on one end I'm like, okay, that's dope, but on the other end I'm just like, well, she has vested interest. Like, I mean, you're a superstar rapper, right? So everything's about the dollars. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it? Did she get you to come in because she's really that type of person, or maybe she needs you as some type of like influencer?
Of course,
right? So she needs to play nice with you, right? So like how do you gauge that? Though?
People are nuanced. You know, and I have a really negative view of human beings. I'm sorry, that's just me. But
you're not sorry.
I'm a little
sorry, not sorry.
I'm a little sorry, but
not sorry.
I believe that most times people help if they have a vested interest in what you're doing. There are certain people that'll just do it because they're just great people and that's just how they're wired. But most of the time, you know, somebody has a vested interest in what you're doing, then they're going to be, you know, as long as you're helpful.
You know what I think, man? I think people are liars.
Oh my gosh.
When it comes to funerals.
Okay.
Let me break it down for you.
Okay,
man.
yeah.
People lie the most at funerals. You want to catch people lying? At funerals. They lie the most. Let me tell you how. I don't know why your face looks shocked.
Okay.
Your face looks shocked.
No, I'm waiting.
Right? Church funeral.
No, because listen, you have the opportunists.
Yeah.
You have the people that wait, like somebody dies, right? And they wait for the moment to be like, you know, have these sad stories, right? That they want to, you know, that they want to make up about whoever dies. Half the time, who knows if these stories are true or not, right?
Yeah.
So it's perfect. It's the perfect setting to lie because nobody could tell you didn't have that story with that person.
Yeah.
That person's not alive to tell you that you're a lie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Number two, you're alive because that person was a jackass to you, and you know that. You know that person was a jackass, but you're gonna stand up there, right? And because they're dead, now you're gonna be like, you know, but they were great people. You know, no, they was a jackass all their life.
Yeah.
To you, like,
But
you remember them being a jackass. You know what I mean?
Come on, Pat. Come on.
No, real talk. People lie at funerals.
No, come on, Pat.
And then when you see other people mourning, it's you tend to want to mourn with them. You tend to want
you want to gloss over the bad stuff
and glare over and have a story to tell, right?
Yeah, you're glossing over the bad stuff.
Yeah,
we
but
love
Pat,
that stuff. We're like, yeah, I remember those times, and then you have to do that.
Pat.
But like, we lie at funerals.
Pat, most of us have gone to a church that's full of black people.
Oh yeah,
don't nobody lie at a funeral.
What?
Than somebody.
I'm about to say about it. Yeah,
don't nobody lie more.
We the worst.
We are the worst because you have grieving family members and you don't want to make them feel bad.
You don't want to make them feel bad. I get it.
Little Johnny was a piece of crap. You can't say that. Even though it's true, he was horrible to everybody.
Listen,
his baby mamas are in the front row fighting. They're gonna fight after this funeral is over. We've been there.
It's
but you can't say that. So
No.
you know.
No.
That's why you lie. It used to make me upset.
So yeah,
but now I
so
understand.
we all liars. We lie at funerals.
I mean, why we gotta be
That's what
all
we
like?
do.
I never.
But
lied.
okay, some listen.
Don't nobody. How many
if
people
you're gonna-
asked you to officiate their funeral?
My thing is, if you're, gonna,
Nobody.
Exactly.
if you're gonna be in a funeral, right? Just don't say nothing.
No, you accentuate
You know?
the positive. You know what I mean? As you should in life. You should accentuate the positive. Like
So if the person, if there's all right, Ricky, let's accentuate this. This person was a jackass to you his entire life. There's
Right.
no goodness. Every time
Right.
he saw you, he beat you up. Every time. There was no goodness. You're miserable, bro. He dies, and you go to the funeral. What? Okay, tell me the positive.
no, you gotta sit in the back and just let other
Exactly.
people talk. You just
Yeah, just
gotta- don't be talking in there.
That's what I'm saying. I
Be like, you know, he was a father, you know, probably did something that made him be attractive to a person who, you know, you can find some stuff. There's some
You can
stuff.
find some stuff.
You can work with
see what I'm saying?
something.
So you make it up. You make
You
it up.
gotta-
You see what I'm saying?
You
To my
gotta
point.
make assumptions that there was
we make up
something.
stories. It's the
Yeah.
perfect opportunity to lie
Yeah.
because the dead can't defend
Yeah.
themselves.
Well, they wouldn't. I don't think they'd be offended at the good stuff you were saying about
Of
them.
course.
They'd be like, "Oh yeah, we
Yeah,
did
but
go on
what if
that
it
trip
was-
together." Right?
what
No,
if
I
it-
don't remember, but that sounds good.
Like,
we grew up
are you gonna say the guy that was was not around his kids for years that he was a great dad? Like he was a great dad.
No.
Listen, man.
Would have
You
to
gotta-
say
you
he
gotta-
was an adventurer. Okay, he had
Yeah.
great courage. He wasn't afraid to leave his family and find some real, you know, pursuit in life. And
I had my daughter. My daughter is she'll be 13. She'll be 13 next month. And she said, I was like, I said, what was it? She'll come up with like crazy jokes and it's hilarious. I know she's my daughter because of this. So I'm getting ready to go to the store.
but you're not funny. I don't.
No, but when you hear this, when you hear
Oh,
what she
okay,
said,
all right,
when
all
she
right.
hear what she said, she was like,
Okay.
yes, that's Dwayne's daughter.
Oh, okay. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So
sorry.
she said, I said, all right, everybody, I'm going out. I'm going to go to the store and get some milk. She said, no, daddy. No, let mommy get it. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, no, daddy, you are not allowed to go to the store to get milk. I know how this goes. You won't come back.
Oh, wow.
It's like, wow.
That is your daughter. Yes.
Yeah.
I
See?
agree.
Exactly.
I agree. That sounds like a story you would tell.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's totally
Absolutely.
Layla. That's my daughter.
We
But
lie at funerals, I'll tell you that much.
yeah.
I see people in the Queen. I see people like, yo, I saw this one lady trying to say what the Queen did for her, right? I couldn't help
Oh
but laugh.
wow. Oh,
I'm
wow.
like, you straight lie. I said, that's a straight bull-faced lie. You're in front of the camera. Yeah, and you know, and the good things and the positive things she did for us. I'm like, so what positive thing did she do for you? Right. So the guy's trying to ask her a little bit more questions to actually give examples of what are the positive things. She couldn't tell you.
Well, it's hard. It's overwhelming at that time, you know, to
Because-
think of the entirety of the person's life, how much good they've done.
No,
like
one thing.
It's hard to filter it into
you
one
can tell
thing.
one thing, Ricky.
Nah. I can't tell you one good
could
thing.
muster up one
Nah.
thing. You could muster up one thing good to
Nah,
say.
it's gonna.
If it was something good to say.
You think so?
You know who-
you'll be able to select a good thing.
You know who they didn't ask? You know who they didn't ask?
Oh, no.
Meghan Markle.
No. I know you were gonna go
Don't
there.
you ask that mulatto girl. She's not
No.
going to say anything favorable.
Man.
No.
Don't you?
No,
They moved
she's
to-
dignified.
They moved to America. That's
Yeah, I
how bad it was. They moved to America to get
Yeah.
away from the monarchy.
Listen.
Yeah, you know, that was a question. Like, how they gonna keep it up? Like, how they gonna keep up the lifestyle if he's, you know, you might have to get like a job.
No,
and
they
stuff.
they actually have jobs. I think Meghan Markle's doing because she was an actress, so she's
Yeah,
doing
I know that.
She's doing voiceover work, and I think they're
Okay.
doing some, you know.
I
other
didn't
stuff.
keep up. I was just
But
like,
I think
they
since
gotta
the
do
Queen
something.
died, they're getting their titles back.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's also weird.
Okay.
It was like I had to wait for you to die to get my title back. All right, we're cool now that the Queen's not here.
Wow.
The Queen was 95 years old. I don't care if you are black or white. If you are 95, you are racist, except for Betty White. Betty White was cool.
Oh yeah,
But,
she was ridiculously cool.
She was ridiculously cool. But you know, you're a little racist. Black or white, doesn't matter who you are.
Wow.
Man, at the end of the day, you gotta live a life where nobody gotta lie at your damn funeral.
I think that's the point. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's.
Nobody
that's
gotta go.
what
Nobody gotta stay
Yeah.
up there and make up stories.
Yeah.
No, they don't make up.
About you, yo.
They don't make up stories because of the dead
Because
people.
they're trying to find something good to say.
They don't.
Come on, man.
They don't make up stories because of the dead people. They make up stories because of the old aunt or old cousin that is overly emotional and can't hear them say anything bad about you or unseemly. Like, you know, those people that perform, like the women that really perform at funerals. Like, it's beautiful. I sit in the back and I watch the whole thing. That's the reason why I go to funerals. I want to see. Who's gonna jump in the coffin. I want to see who's gonna like lick the face of the dead guy.
That's all culture.
Yeah, I know.
We're the only ones that do that. I haven't. Wait a minute. I haven't. Is there other cultures that?
Nah, I think like I've seen a Jewish funeral that somebody was like just acting crazy.
They jumped in the
just acting stupid, just crazy,
man.
man.
Must have had some Caribbean in them.
Yeah, must have.
Wow. Get him. Okay.
I get it. I get what you did there.
Okay.
I get what you did there.
Okay.
Yeah. No, but you know what I want though? If I save up my money, I'm pretty sure by the time I die, I can have that in the income. I want a professional mourner at my like a professional Caribbean mourner at my funeral.
You want somebody jumping in?
No, you're kidding, but they do have that.
No, I want somebody to bawl crying like
You want somebody
head back.
Yeah. She just comes in for that. She just comes in for that, and you know, roll. I want her rolling on the floor.
Yeah,
wig comes off. I want all of that. I want the works. I want the full package. I want the full package. Just to have it, there has to be some sort of like drama or something. Not like bad drama, but like, you know, just like, yo, hey, that lady is on the floor rolling. What's wrong with that lady? I want her to jump in the car. It should have been me, Jesus.
Yes,
I want that. I want that.
Well, that mean you're a great guy.
No, it doesn't even mean that because
when I do that.
When I do it, people that know me is going to know I'm BSing everybody. They're going to know she's a professional. I just need.
Well, now that you said it for the whole world.
Yeah, I need that atmosphere. Shaquille's going to be in on it. I already told her this.
So she's going to give her a little slap too?
No. It's not.
No, she should.
It's not going to be drama like that.
No, but that's the best.
Say it again. You need somebody to do what?
I need a professional mourner, a Caribbean mourner.
No. The part that you said that you wanted to roll on the floor and
wig off. I want jump on the casket. I want all of that. I want the works.
Yep.
I want the works because I want everybody to be able to laugh.
Okay.
Yes.
I think funerals are meant for laughter. I think it's great.
Well, now anyway.
No, because think about it, man. Like that's the way. I agree with that. Actually, you know what I mean.
I've wanted to see that. I've just
that's
not
the way
seen
to
that.
ease things up a little bit. Make people laugh at the funeral.
Make people laugh. Well, you're gonna have to hire a professional comedian to do that.
No, it doesn't even have because I mean they see the problem with comedians. You're expecting them to make you laugh.
Okay.
The true laughter is in like, you know, just regular situations.
You saying the comedian can work with that?
No, they can, but I'm just saying that's not what I
want. A comedian, like they can't know he's a comedian.
Yeah, you know? Right. You know he is. You hired him, but he just coming in all and then I'll give black and
then after I'm dead, I'll give people like jerky ass gifts and like play pranks on them, and they can't get me back.
Oh, that's amazing.
Well, there you go.
Like Sean.
Tag, you're it.
Like Sean, it'll be one of two things if I die first. And I'll tell him so he knows when it happens. When he knows it would happen. I'm going to get him one of two things. I will either get him a huge jar of peanuts, put my name on it, and hand him Dwayne's nuts.
I like that actually.
Or
that's pretty cool.
Or and you're not going to get this, but he will. I'll buy him a huge jar of coconut oil.
Mm-hmm. Y'all don't know how much we went back and forth. I can't believe you still remember that.
That is not cool.
Yeah.
A huge jar of coconut oil.
So here's the joke. The joke was something I said. He said something about, what was it? You said you needed something.
I can't even remember, man.
I can't remember. But I walked from my house.
Yeah.
Because I had the big Costco bar, so I took a mason jar and I just put coconut oil in there. And the fact that I walked from my house in the middle of the night.
I needed some coconut oil. I think I ran out or something. He was like, oh, Shakia has... it was just like a passing conversation.
Yeah.
And then I think he said, oh, like Shakia has a bunch here or something like that, whatever. I was like, I could just bring some over or something. I was like, dude, you don't got to bring nothing over right now. This is the middle of the night. He didn't like my tone.
Oh.
He was like, don't tell me what to do. If I'm going to bring some coconut oil over to y'all. So that, you know, we had some fun with it. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking, you know, we went back and forth with that a little bit. Okay, that was the end of it. It was silly, whatever. This dude, half an hour later,
He said
Dwayne
you
is
don't
at
check?
my house after 2 in the morning, after 3 in the morning. I would hear my doorbell ring. Dwayne is in front of my house with half a bottle of coconut oil.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's the type of spite that's inside that
yeah,
guy right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
He told me I wasn't going to do it. So I
Yeah.
did it.
There you go.
That's all
there
it
you
takes.
go.
Don't tell me I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do
You
it.
must know the value of coconut oil at that time of night.
Yeah, yo, coconut. It was organic too. It was organic too.
Yo, you already know what goes down at that at that time of night. You're bringing this dude coconut oil.
Like there's so
Yeah.
many pause
Oh
moments
my
in the
God.
story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
There's so many, but he told me I wasn't going to do it. So I was like, all right.
All right, I see. Dwayne.
That's what it was. That was the
I
whole
see
point.
Dwayne.
The
That's all
point
it was.
That I said
tell him he ain't gonna
was
do
gonna
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just told me I wasn't going to do it, and I was like, you know what? All right, we're going to do it. You know, and I've known Sean Faku for at least 25 years at this point. At least it's probably more.
Yeah.
Our relationship has always been toxic as hell. Like I told him on the phone, like, Sean, I love you and want what's best for you or everything good to you to happen in life, but fuck you. That's our relationship. You my home, you're my brother. You're the best man at my wedding. It's like we have tons of history. Whatever goes down, whatever business enough, I'm there for you but fuck you. That's why.
I don't know. So
Okay.
It's always been like that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, listen, man. That's a good relationship right there.
Is it though?
Yeah.
We understand it.
Yeah, it works for y'all. But we're here. I'm trying to figure this out.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
However it works, it works.
Yeah.
It works. All right.
You know what I
Cool.
mean?
It just works that way.
Gotcha.
I just don't know about Oreo at 3 o'clock in the morning. Bringing
Yeah,
another
it's,
man
Hey man.
at 3 o'clock in the
yeah,
morning.
let's explore that a little bit more.
Hey man. He was in need.
Don't say no more. Don't say that. Don't say anymore. He was in need.
You know what? You know what?
No more.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, God.
If I got it, you got it. Just say it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you're right. Let's not start nothing. There's a slippery slope right here.
Everything about it is wrong, bro. Don't say nothing else. Just,
oil, wow.
Man, the coconut oil at 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
you know what else? And I don't know where this.
What else? There's more. Okay.
You find like kinks. Like people have like real strange kinks, and they come up at like weird times. Like you'll be having a conversation with somebody. Y'all be chilling. Y'all be having a couple of drinks. It was like, hey, you know what I like? And then it goes from there. And then that's why men don't really get into each other's lives like that, because you want to hear that.
No, not really.
I wouldn't.
Not really.
Like I keep all of my conversations, especially with y'all, very surface level.
Oh, yeah?
Because I don't need to
Damn,
know.
all this time,
I don't need to know.
I don't know anything about you, huh?
I thought coconut oil was
You're hurting Space's
Yo,
heart
that's
right now.
messed up. You hurt my feelings right
No,
now.
man.
yo.
No, because you're the worst.
That's
But I don't-
jacked up.
No, you're the worst. I don't need to know. I don't need to know about Ricky's gerbil habit.
okay.
Thing with
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll call it that. Let's
Yeah, you know, thing with
Stop right
gerbils.
there.
What gerbil habit?
No, you just,
Don't.
go ahead.
No,
That's not a thing. No, that is not a thing.
It sounded like a thing. What?
said that.
Why don't you tell him?
Should've known.
Why don't you tell him?
No,
It's only us
first
three.
of all, it's a hammer. It's a hamster, and
Hamster. Yeah, you're
they
right.
don't like
I'm sorry.
being misidentified,
Yeah,
mispronounced.
Okay.
He has a gerbil. a
Yeah,
hamster habit?
apparently.
I have no idea where this is going.
Yo, you have a hamster habit? What's the
But you
hamster
see,
habit?
we just had a regular conversation, and he's already said, "I have a thing for hamsters." It's fine. See, you feel free.
That's a good point.
No,
You feel free. You
I
feel
do.
free.
I
There
do.
you go.
You love
I do.
hamsters?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, think about it. They're. I mean, we're the same way. They're
Right.
on that wheel, just like we
And then,
are.
and then the duct tape comes out. Yeah.
yeah, and
So
yeah,
you like
definitely.
you like it because
Okay.
it's on a wheel, around in circles in a wheel?
Yeah, I mean, we're the whole hamster wheel. We all. This is our life. This is their life. It's the same. Same thing.
Yeah.
You know? So you know where
put
this
that
is
in
going.
Your life?
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's circular. It's very you know where this is going. Definitely.
Whoa, that is weird. But I like it though. You said he likes him because they go around in circles. It's just like my life. That's not depressing, man. What? Yo, all right, man.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna extend the stage to Ricky. Like, Ricky, is there anything that you want to tell us, man? Because we don't.
No. No, I don't know where that came from. I'm a dog guy, first of all.
Oh yeah, dogs. Yeah.
First of all, I'm a dog. Nah, true. Like seriously, I mean, you know, it's that there's nothing like a dog. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. I wrote a poem about dogs. It's crazy.
Really?
This atheist guy came on and said, "How comes you Christians are so like daggone depressing and all that stuff?" It was super dramatic.
Wait, how old are you when you did the dog poem?
19.
Okay, because I thought it was something that happened like last week.
No, 19. I wouldn't do it now. I mean,
He said a dog poem.
people are too judgmental. Are you kidding me?
Dog poem?
Nah.
No, he did a dog poem in 19.
Yeah.
You were a poem for a dog?
Well, not for the dog, about the dog.
About
It was about loyalty, like basically how dogs have more loyalty than people generally do.
I love dogs. Dogs are my
That whole thing, like they don't care, like they'll die with you and all that stuff. Like you have to find somebody to die with you. The average dog will just die with you, you know, if you take care of it for a little bit. So
Yeah,
that
no,
whole
dogs,
deal.
Dogs are the best.
Yeah, no, they really are. They really are. That's serious. We can't like really. You know,
That's serious.
dead serious.
Dead serious.
Absolutely.
So
I'm
I can't
serious.
say anything disparaging.
No, not about
About a
dog.
dog.
Not about dog. We can talk about like you know, my second born, but not the dog. You know, for sure.
Just see,
lot
I
of
see what
people
you
really
did
do
there.
feel like
Yeah.
Yeah, I see what you did there. Yeah,
A lot of people really do.
yeah. I'll tell you right now. You can talk about my second born. I do it all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
but I still
that's
can't
real
go
though.
with
You
the fact
can't.
that Dwayne
you can't
giving a surface level conversation.
Nah, man, because you know,
No.
nah, man.
But doesn't everybody like seriously?
Nah, man.
I don't give no surface level.
Yes, you
conversation.
do.
No,
Like,
when?
what?
When?
Like
When?
No,
When? Tell me when.
What?
wait, time out.
No,
No, wait.
Tell me
Let me
when.
stop you.
Tell
Let me
me
stop you.
when, like,
No,
surface level.
hold on, time out,
Bro,
Let me stop you right
I'm
now.
an open book. You know
Yeah,
that.
no, space. That's a wild nigga.
I'm
just saying.
I'm an open book. You know that.
well, not with me. All I know is not with. All I know is my experience.
You haven't asked the questions.
No, my well, okay, but you didn't invite me to ask the
What
question.
do you mean? I didn't invite you. Of course I invite
You gotta be like, I'm available to that.
No, okay.
Well,
see,
okay, Ricky, I'm available to you.
Oh my
All right,
god.
that's what you want to hear. I'm
I didn't- That's not how you
I
do
just
it.
told you I'm available
That's
to you.
not how you do it.
I'm available to you
no,
too.
no, I get that. No,
All right,
no,
here we
see,
go.
no.
right.
We have a problem
All right,
with
set me
space
straight, set me straight.
oversharing.
Oversharing,
See, You've
okay.
only been on 3.
Okay.
You've only been on
That's
3 of
mine
these
too.
things.
That's mine too, for sure.
Space is like, so
Yeah.
why is sex trafficking wrong?
What?
Like why? Like why is it wrong? Why is it
Never
wrong?
said sex trafficking.
You never said
Wait,
sex trafficking is wrong?
Dwayne, don't put that in my mouth, man. Nick.
Hey, I'm saying, I'm not saying you said it. I'm saying,
Is that a discussion?
but is it wrong?
Wait a minute. Okay, you asked me right now. Is sex trafficking wrong? Of course it's wrong.
In what way? Exactly
Okay.
why?
So, all right.
I want to know what the
Sex
objection
trafficking
is.
is taking minors, bro.
No, that's not,
Not
sex trafficking.
necessarily,
No, it
not
doesn't have to be.
necessarily.
No, I'm not
That's the
talking about
basis
minors.
of it.
No. Sex trafficking.
Other than that, if it's adults having sex with adults, that's different. But if you're talking about
But what if
minors,
those adults were taken from wherever they were taken from forcefully?
right. If you're taken against your will
Right.
to go have sex, yes, that's absolutely wrong. What are you talking about?
Okay, no. This is what I'm gonna ask. Let's
Okay.
just say it's a country that's poor,
Okay.
and you're from America, and you have like $20 to $40. Now that $20 to $40,
Wow.
that $20 to $40 could feed a family in these countries for like a month. And a woman is like, you present that $20 to a woman, and you be like, hey, if you do something, I'll give you this $20. Now,
I think you're okay with that because the way you're
No.
The way you say it,
illustrating it,
you're saying it. You're doing them a
You
favor.
didn't ask me.
He said the
You
atmosphere.
didn't ask me. You didn't ask me a question. I'm asking you a question. You can ask me a question.
Okay, what's the question? What's
So
let him get to the question.
in that particular situation, you're giving payment for service.
Right.
Is that wrong or correct? Is that wrong or right?
I think if you are a minor and you are under,
I didn't ask about
No,
minor. No.
if you're giving payment for a service, so the guy says, "I have $40 that's going to feed your family. I want to have sex with you." What are the conditions?
Okay, so I'm saying, is it wrong or right?
Who's he having sex with?
The woman that's in a poor, destitute nation place, and you're giving and you're saying, okay, I will give you this $20 if you do this.
So the woman consented.
Yeah, she's consenting.
Yes or no? The woman, that's a big factor. The women consent.
No, but
to having sex.
it's about the nature of the consent, because if she's saying, well, I have to do this to feed my family, there's absolutely no other way out, that's more of a power thing, won't you think?
This is
no. If a woman decides to use her body to work, right, which is give her body up to have sex for wages, right? It's her decision, and she made that decision to do that. That's her decision.
Okay.
Right? You can't base that and say that, okay, that's wrong or right. When it's her body. She made the decision to use her body to get funds. Now, when you start to get to stuff that's not consensual, right? Then that's where you get, into a lot of issues with that, because it's not consensual. Like if somebody's paying you, saying, I can cover you, I can pay this for you, I can make your life better. I enjoy having sex with you, or I want to have sex with you. And the woman says, oh yeah, I enjoy having sex with you too. That's completely different, bro.
All right. Well, I'll put it like this. And this is where I'll come from with. If it's sex and she's putting into a situation where she will not be able to care for herself, if she does not get this money, and the way that she will get this money is by giving her body to you, it's not really a free flowing type of thing to where she's giving you sex because she wants to. Sex is not like a job. Like I'm working because I have to support my family, but it's not the same thing as having to suck some guy off so I can get my paycheck. Like that's not the same thing.
It's not the same.
So what I would say that it would be better, if you're feeling philanthropic, just to give her the $20.
I think so.
In the sense, and here's where not sex trafficking, but here's where it works. If there's a woman out there that says, you know what, I just got these 2 doctorates, I have this slamming engineering job for NASA, I'm making all this money, but you know what I really want to do? I want to suck dick for money. She's cool in my book. That she really wants to do it. Like,
is Dwayne
I don't
sharing
understand
his fantasy?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this sounds like your fantasy, bro.
I'm saying for the last 20 episodes of the Uninvited podcast, we've had Space Jones coming out here, laying it all on the table, and saying, and I feel like I need to share too. And to make it better, it has absolutely no alcohol in it whatsoever.
So you're completely sober.
Wow.
I am completely sober.
Speaking of which, gentlemen, what do you guys want to drink? We got a full bar.
You already know. I'll have another Patrax, please, sir.
I'll have
the thing that Dwayne is sucking on.
No.
Ew.
No. No.
Yo.
Where's my newspaper?
What is going on?
No.
Yo.
What? No, the drink there.
I'm just saying. If there's
and why are you sucking on the bottle?
No, I don't think I need it.
Whatever
rum.
I need it. What's the rum thing? What's the rum thing that they did thing?
All right, let me tell you what I got.
I want the rum thing.
Rum breeze?
Yeah. There we go.
You know what, man?
Okay.
I'll have a one breeze with you.
All right, thank you.
Whiskey sour.
Why not?
Because I can drink by myself. I have no problems. But
margarita, blueberry margarita.
Yeah, I have the same thing with
so like I'm saying, like let's just say, not to say that this would actually happen, but let's just say there's a woman, she's on the Supreme Court. Not to say not the real ones. I'm not trying to speak about them, but she got money. She's doing her thing.
She can take care of
but she really wants to be out there. That's better than saying, hey, I know you hungry. I got these cheeseburgers. You can get these cheeseburgers, if you
I think it's intent, man. You know what I mean? It's intent. If she wants to see, all right, why is it the fact that because we said it's a woman that's doing this, right? Mm-hmm. It feels a little bit like, oh my God. Mm-hmm. But why is it when it's us that's doing it, it's completely okay?
Wait, doing what? Right? Doing what? Like for
having sexual fantasies and want to exploit their their sexual fetishes, right? And they're looked at as like, oh, you're not supposed to be doing that. You know what I mean? Like if she says to herself like, yo, I want to explore my sexual fantasies. I'm a grown ass woman, and I want to go ahead and share it with somebody, right? No, it's her, what she decides to do with her body.
But also, it's not just the men that's doing it. Sex tourism is big with women. Like when it goes like Africa or Caribbean countries.
Oh yeah, for sure.
absolutely.
It's freaking huge.
Yeah, that's
like,
how Stella got her groove back. You know.
Yo,
It
it's
is,
it's a thing.
Yeah, sex tourism are big.
Women go
Yeah.
out of countries and they go,
Get that groove
Yeah.
back.
get their groove back and have
Yep.
sex and leave
Yep.
it there and then come back to the States and act like nothing happened.
What was Eddie
And then
Murphy?
act like you don't know nothing about it.
Yeah. I could just imagine.
What was that?
I got the blood orange one. Yeah,
Bloody.
But yeah, it's crazy. Like imagine your wife sending you out, be like, "Hey man, we need to get these bills paid to go out there."
I think, especially with sex, man, I think that there comes a point too where it's like, I don't know. I could just only speak for myself. Like even when you engage that much, like it's not fun, right? If there's no engagement back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, some people don't care. It's a power thing for some people.
Like that type of thing is just weird to me.
Yeah, it's a power thing for some people. I want it.
it is. It
Yeah,
is.
I want it to be mutually exciting for the both of us,
Yeah.
like all the time.
Right.
Yeah, me
Granted,
too.
people have their fetishes.
Me
right?
too.
And like
Me too.
people
Yeah.
want to be in handcuffs and there is such a thing. Like people like
okay.
there-
I think we're
there are
getting to the
things-
point where Space is talking about his fantasies now.
There are things where people actually want to get beat up. Like girls want to get beat up while
Yeah.
you're having sex with them. It's
Oh no,
a
no,
real thing. Those
no,
things.
no. The dudes are what
things are
freak
real.
me out. The dudes are what freak me out. The dudes are what freak me out. The dudes who like kick me in the balls.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm like, dude.
Primarily our Caucasian brothers.
Yeah,
They
primarily.
love that stuff.
I mean, there's nothing much to
Smack
kick, but
me in
I'm
my
just
balls and-
there's not much to kick, but at the same time.
Oh. Okay. Wow.
Wow, brother.
Okay, so let me tell you something. If in the comment section we're starting to get pictures of white men's genitals
Okay,
just to show you.
No, I mean, on average.
Yeah, all right.
On
I'm
average.
sending them to your phone.
Oh no, absolutely.
I've got your number.
Listen,
I will send them to your phone.
I know Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I'm good. I'm good. there's exceptions.
That's all I'm saying.
He's
That's all
not.
I'm
He's
saying.
not.
So
Not white, by the way.
Please, white men, please do not send penis pictures in our comment section because of what Ricky just said.
No, the
He didn't mean
politician
it. He
already
didn't
did
mean
that.
it. He didn't know.
No.
He didn't know.
No, I don't know, and that's okay. That's okay.
No, real talk. Going back to this sex trafficking thing because it's a big deal.
Yeah.
It's minors, bro. It's,
All right.
it's just minors. It's
Yeah.
the most egregious thing that you
Yeah.
can actually ever do, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what I mean?
no, yeah, minors are pretty crazy,
You're snatching up and kidnapping minors. Bro.
but I'm thinking,
that's
my thinking is just because somebody is over 18 doesn't mean their power isn't taken away either. So I'm
Well,
not.
Yeah, I think that's the point he was trying to make.
okay.
Yeah, that's the point I was trying to make.
How is that power taken away?
Power in the sense of when you're put in like women when it comes to sex, that is a high commodity, especially for men. Men love to have sex, especially when there's a woman around. So they will if they can't get it outright, they will seek to manipulate to do it. Or if they can get it, like there are men that have access to many women, but they love the situations in which, you need your rent paid.
Oh, yeah.
You can't pay your rent.
yeah.
Okay, well,
Oh, yeah.
I can help you with that. But in order for me to help you with that, you have to give up something.
Appreciate it.
Which
This looks great.
doesn't even need to be done.
We have
Thanks.
a whole bar system in here, fellas. Who has drinks? Everybody have drinks?
Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
thank you. Okay.
yeah, basically.
Yeah. Which doesn't even need to be done. It just, it's just what it is. Cheers, sir.
Yo, cheers, man. Cheers, guys.
All
You
right.
don't mind. You don't mind.
Yeah,
Don't be
cool.
offended.
Hey,
It's
cool.
cool,
Cheers.
bro.
I know you're getting your drink.
All right.
But yeah, it just
Wait,
No, I'm good. I'm good.
you good? You
Yeah.
have yours already?
He's good.
yeah, but it doesn't necessarily need to be done, but they like it because of the power dynamic. And
When you
they're-
say they like it, part, I mean like the actual.
Yeah, like so he said that basically they could have sex with anybody, but they prefer somebody who feels like they can lord their power over.
because that's their fetish.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
They
Yeah,
like
that's,
that.
that's part of it. Yeah.
yeah. So, and that's
It is sick though.
yeah. And that's what it is. If we're all about the free exchange of sex between one or two people, and I'm not, and there are men that go into that system. There are women that feed into it as well. there are women that will be like, yeah, you know, I can get this amount of money if I do this or things of that nature. And, you know, that's the type of situation we live in. I think it's wrong because there's a lot of people that don't want that get swept up into it. And I think that's the issue. Now, if you're like that
question for you, right? A question for the both of you. Do you think that we would be talking about it with the same intensity if a woman was doing it?
Women do
what?
it.
Like
The same exact scenario.
the
Women do it.
aggressor?
Women do it.
Like they employed like men that are 18 and they exert their power over them. And do you feel the same way? Do you feel that it's wrong?
Absolutely.
You do?
I believe.
Wait, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If there's like I said, if there's a woman out there that's making all her money and be like, you know what, I want to do this for real because, you know, that's what I want to do. If there's a guy out there that looks at a woman that's, you know, somewhere and I want to have sex with that woman and it's a free exchange, beautiful. But if they're putting you in a situation like in the place where I work, there are a lot of those situations that go on. There might be a woman in a supervisory role or even in a high position that will say, well, listen, if you want to keep this job or I'll help you in this way, quid pro quo type of situations. You know, that's what happens. You know, that's just how it goes. It's a power thing, and women do it too. It may not be at the same amount that men do it, but women do it too. Well, you got some crazy women out there.
Yeah, I do think that it's harder to diagnose though. I think
They don't believe it's going to happen because they believe that men want sex all the time.
Yeah, the average thing is like you know, especially so a dude says that to some of his boys, they'll be like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, what you tell me she wants to do that? Like, you know, I think that's how that would go.
The funny thing is,
It's not the same.
It's not the same.
but there's-
I don't think it's the same.
There's this weird idea that a lot of guys have, that a lot of guys are, you know, I've come in contact with, that women don't like sex as much as men do. They're always thinking, you know, they're kind of they don't like it as much, or they don't like it.
There are some women that do, man.
Yeah, I would say, you know what? I'll go out on a limb, and somebody can correct me. I would go as far out on a limb and say that they like it. All of them like it as much, but the consequences of such an act, they're not seen as they can do it. So if there's a woman that's out there, of course, she's a whore, she's a 304, which I found out. So like if you put 304 in the calculator and turn it upside down, it spells hoe. I was like, why did you?
Oh,
I was like, where's 3? Why is that an area code? Are those where the hoes come from? But it's just some calculator, turn it upside down, it spells hoe. It was stupid, but whatever. Going past that, but yeah, they're called a whole bunch of names. They're shamed by and this is weird too. They're shamed by the very men that, you know, they have sex with those men.
Yes.
And then they're shamed by them. It's like, oh, your body count is high. I was like, I don't mind your body count being high because I want you to have sex with me.
So you don't mind a woman's body count being high?
If mine is high too. Well, mine is not that high, but I'm just saying, I know that this is something that I want you to do with me, apparently. So the moment that you do it with me, I've now made your body count higher. If body count meant something to me, I would have said, no, don't have any sex with me because I want to keep your body count low. I've never said that to anybody.
Dwayne, you're crazy.
What? No, I want to keep your body count low. So please don't have sex with me. Please.
Dwayne is insane.
Please don't have sex with me at all.
Wow.
Because I want your body count to remain low. I'm saying,
it doesn't matter.
I'm saying I try to be as fair as I can be. So if I'm out there, if my main thing, or if the main thing, my uncles and all of the males in my family is like, yeah, you go out, you sow your wild oats, you go out and do your thing. I got to do that with a woman. So
so Ricky, let me ask you this then. But all right, we're in a time now, right? Women are revolting, right? Especially the new generations, right? They're seeing like, hey, it's my body, I could do whatever I want with it. No man's gonna tell me whatever, right? That's cool. That's entirely correct. And you can't tell them what to do with their bodies. It's their bodies, right?
Right.
Cool. So do you think though the consequences are the same?
What do you mean? Consequences the same?
Meaning like this. Do you think a woman having sex all the time and a man having sex all the time, right, what do you think happens to them emotionally, psychologically, and physically? And do you think those are equally the same?
I'd say after the first time you get your heart, like the first couple of times you have sex, you might be emotionally involved.
Like, meaning, like, if a man go out there and be a hoe, and a woman go out there and be a hoe, do they have the same consequences?
I think that's definitely different. I think for the woman,
Well, different how?
Well, I think it's different because again, you kind of hit on it's the emotional part, right? I think so. I think for the woman, after a while, I think she really does start feeling things.
I think
Compared to the guy on average. I
think one, you have very lonely men, very lonely women out there. I'm saying,
but we're talking about averages.
I'm saying a lot of times, if you take what a lot of people believe how women should act or shaming them into,
Right.
I think there's a percentage of women that can pretty much disengage their, like,
So you think that's natural?
I'm saying there have been women, especially women that are married, unfortunately, they are able, if they really wanted to go out and have sex with people and not be emotionally involved. As a matter of fact, if they can just kind of, they're married already, everything's taken care of, they're going out and having fun. And what did we just say earlier? They're sex tourism with women. A lot of these women are married. They're not saying, "Oh, I love this guy that I met in Africa." They're like, "All right, let's hit this off, and then we're good." Especially the older women. Younger women, maybe they might have but younger men too. Because I remember the first time I broke up with my girlfriend, I wasn't good for a little while, but as I got older and became more of a hoe, I was fine. It's like, hey, I just got some. Let's go and have something to eat. And conversely, when I was out there, some of those women had relationships and we had our fun for a little while. And then after a while, she was like, all right, I got to get back now. So we're good.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's just how it works. So a lot of times when we're navigating these conversations, there are a lot of things that we assume. Like we may assume certain things. It's like, oh, women are more emotional. And in some cases, absolutely true. There are women that are extremely emotional, and especially they've been taught that, oh, I should be married by this certain time. There's a lot of things, especially, when you're going to church with some of them. Those are best victims to have, not to say that they should be victims, but if they've been taught they have to get married at this certain time and they're feeling like using sex can help, you'll get a lot of sex. And you may not get married, but you'll get a lot of sex, which is unfortunate. That's true. That's just how it works. So I'm saying, I think that's more nurture than nature. I'm saying if there's there are women even in my own family that's like, I remember I have a cousin and we were at the Roseland Ballroom and they had something called Rhythm Review and we were all dancing. My cousin was just ripping it up, and she was dancing with every dude in there. And she was like, I was like, dang, it's like, damn, cuz all these guys are after you. She's like, and I don't love none of these niggas. That was my cousin.
Okay.
I think that your nature eventually kicks in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think a woman can try their hardest to become hard because it's a defense mechanism, right? Sure, with you probably they're like, yeah, I need to move on. But how do you know it didn't move on to the next dick?
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't really know how they moved on. And I think that eventually you can front all you want. You can try to act like a man all you want. Eventually your nature will kick in.
Okay. Well,
it will kick in. You can try to suppress it as much as you want to, and then you probably will succeed at it most of the time.
Yeah.
But eventually, your nature,
as long as you settle down, you'll get to
that thing that's in you that you can't, like, you have that nurturing spirit, that thing that, like, you actually want a family and you desire a man, if that's your choice. Now these days, you don't know, right?
Yeah.
But if that's your choice, if that's what you want, and then eventually you settle back down to that, and then you start to be like, well, dag, Whereas, like, I feel with a man, that's not necessarily the case, right? A man might get tired of doing something and want to settle down, right?
Right.
But the sexual aspect it really is what it is, because that's just your nature, that you built like that, right? And I'm not saying men don't get emotionally involved and men don't get emotionally tied, right? But it's less likely
Right.
that will happen for a man than it will happen in the case of a woman.
Let me ask then.
In my opinion.
Well, no, of course, that's fine. Let me ask then, is that because of, I guess, the ease in which, like when men go out there and we're doing our thing, that's actually seen as permissible. That's something that's all right for us to do. When a woman does it, it's seen as her being wild and out there.
Right.
It's seen as a bad thing. So we all have church experience. Let me ask, when a woman gets, I guess, either found to be pregnant or things of that nature, they usually bring her in front of the church. Be like, okay, sister so and
That's the
so.
wildest thing, yeah.
But
They used to do that.
right, but the male that's like a whore that's been like screwing everybody,
Right.
and everybody knows it, he's still allowed to do or go or even minister or even do all this other stuff. So
Oh yeah.
This is why. This is to my point. There are seen consequences.
Yeah.
If a woman decides to be wild, right? You can decide to be wild all that you want, but you can also get pregnant. That can be seen that you was actually doing something.
Right.
Right.
well, yeah, but I'm saying
So-
she didn't get like that by herself.
I know that's true. I'm
sorry,
agree with you
but go ahead.
100%. But where people of sure, we know that it was another person. It was a man that got her pregnant,
Yeah.
right? But we see you pregnant. That's the thing. That's our nature now as human beings.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I know.
Right? We know the man
Yeah.
was involved.
Right.
But we see you pregnant. We see you with the big belly.
Well, yeah, that's
and
the-
we tend to do that. And it's not to say that that's right, but it's just our nature is we tend to look at what we can see as the original sin in the case of the church.
Right, but the thing is, if all that being true, is it because it's a woman's nature to want family or things like that, or is it because the consequence for her is higher, so she's not allowed to act out in that way? And the reason that so many women are acting out in that way now is because they're pretty much casting out all of those conventions. They don't care about the consequences from society anymore. They're going to do what they choose to do, whether you like it or not.
Yeah, I think we're in a state now where those type of women are overcompensating, right? It's kind of like the kid that never went outside, and now he finally outside, right? He don't know how to act,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so it's not like now they finally like, you know what, we're gonna do our own, and they and I think there's a danger there of going overboard,
Yeah.
right?
That's always how it goes.
Right, because we they
Always.
tend to overcompensate for
Yes.
the fact that they were suppressed for all these years.
Well, right.
And,
You gotta-
and looked at a certain way for all these years.
Yeah.
But on the other side of the token too, and this is biblical as well. There's always going to be, there are always going to be men that kind of shirk the consequence. They're not going to face the consequence. So if you remember the woman that got caught in adultery, and I believe it was John. It was in John, yes, where they brought a woman to Jesus to be like, hey, we caught this woman in adultery. I was
Yeah.
like, well, okay, we're about to stone her. He's
Yes.
like, well, okay, that's great. Where's the husband?
Right.
Like the husband wasn't there. So, one has the consequence, the other one doesn't have the consequence. So we cannot really get too caught up and be like, okay, why is this happening now? It's just how it is. It's an unfair type of system. You're saying that one can do it, and not only that you're saying the other one can't do it, you're saying the other one isn't capable of doing it. I'm saying they are very capable of doing it. It's
No, all things are permissible, but
Yeah.
not all things are beneficial.
I'm not saying it's
Right.
beneficial.
Right. You could do whatever you want. What I'm alluding to is the fact that sure, do whatever you want. But just know that the outcome that you're desiring is not going to be the same as mine. Because there's no such thing as equality. You're not equal to me.
Right.
Like if we're talking about fairness, then let's talk about fairness, right? This is fair. If you do this, like you just said, hey, if a woman is promiscuous and you've been promiscuous, how are you looking at her crazy when you've been promiscuous, right? That's an issue of fairness.
Yeah.
Right? You can't look at her like crazy, man, because you've been promiscuous too, right?
Yeah.
But what I was saying before, if you could jump in, Ricky, at any moment, it's like, it's not, we don't have the equal consequences. The same way women could do something and get away with it that a man could never get away with. It's never equal, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the thing I want to kind of debunk a little bit and try to expound about and have you guys, touch on, because there's this whole thing of trying to get this whole equality thing going.
Okay, equality.
And I don't think it's an issue of equality. I think it's an issue of fairness.
Right, but the thing is, the only thing really right now. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jess.
No, go ahead.
You sure?
Yes.
Because you know.
No, you on it. Go ahead.
Okay, so here's the thing. There's a lot of my wife talks to me about this all the time. We have conversations about it. Like, she'll give me videos about what women are actually saying in their circles. So they're talking about stuff like selective breeding, not breeding at all, not having any children at all. Getting surgery so that they don't have children at all, because that's basically the only thing that really can tie a woman down anyway. It
Gotcha.
would be, if they don't get pregnant at all, then that's not gonna hinder them, and they're not gonna see it. So they can go out and do all this stuff, because a lot of times, and the statistics will tell you, because like as far as 75% of black households are single parent, sometimes, most of the time, single mother.
Right.
So if they take that out of the equation, they no longer have that consequence. But the only other problem is, we're not having kids anymore. They're closing their wombs off. And that I think that will have horrible consequences generationally.
And that's what I'm
thing,
saying too. That's overcompensating.
It is.
You're just trying because you're trying so hard, right? That to me doesn't say anything about your true power and your true beauty as a woman. If you have to go through great measures just to accomplish that, you're trying to be like me. You're trying to get my results as a man, right? Like you're trying to reenact, right? Like you're still trying to be like me. So if you're still trying to be like me in these little acts, it's case in point that you're not me. And, you know what I mean?
Since you have to look so hard.
If you are gonna break free and be that independent, you do that, right? Completely creating something new, right? Not trying to be like, okay, you see, because they did that, they didn't have to do that, so then I'm gonna do that. Then, bro, you're still trying to do me. You're still trying to be me.
Well, I mean, they're taking the consequence away. So, case in point, I have 5 children. After my 5th child, I knew I did not want any more. So I went to the doctor and made sure I didn't have any more. Because of the money output and things of that nature. If you're hearing on the news that if you have a child, especially a black child, there's a 75% chance that you will raise that child by yourself. Then they'll be like, well, I guess the common denominator here is maybe I shouldn't have children, or at least not have children with that person, or maybe not have children at all, so that I am not tied down by this. I can still have my career. I don't have to slow down at any point, because if I'm not going to have any help raising this child statistically.
I have so much to say about that.
Is that you?
I'll let you jump in.
Is that you saying that, or as far as like?
No.
Do you agree? Do you agree with that stance that that's what you need to do in order to?
Personally,
to live a successful life.
No, I'm saying personally, I know, as a man with 5 children,
right, I
know that having children is a 2-person enterprise.
Right.
So I'm a product of a family with my father not being there.
Okay.
So I know how much my mother had to hustle to get that done, and there were a lot of dreams that she had that she couldn't pursue. Okay. So if I know. See, the reason that me and my wife are able to do it is because it's both of us doing it. So it's fine.
Right.
But if you're doing that by yourself, nobody signs up for that.
Yeah.
So if I know, or statistically that's going to happen, and I agree. So everything that I'm saying out of my mouth, I actually agree that's something that you should do. The only reason I have the opportunity of my wife having my children is because she's my wife, and she knows that I will care for her or she knew that I was going to care for her every time those children came up. I have not left, and that's why we're all right. Yeah. But most times you have a kid by somebody, you're not always certain that dude's gonna stay.
Okay, so sorry.
No, you good.
Where do we kind of get to the point where we're like, okay, there is, some type of discrepancy as far as what you do if you're trying to not be that dramatic, like you try not to, kill your chances of having a child.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be a single mother, right? So what you're talking about is your wife found a dude that would stand by her, right? So you get my point. Like, is there a lack of dudes?
Statistically, there's 25% of us that will do it. 75% will not. There's 25% will do it.
Okay, so are all of those 25 employed?
I don't know. Hopefully.
No, I'm saying employed in fatherhood is what you see what I'm saying? Do you really think that that's the case? That basically these guys, 100% the guys.
Okay.
And these 75 are predetermined as not father material. And 25% are like, I want to be a dad.
Yeah. So
you think that's what happened?
You're saying what?
In other words, were they born that way as like, to be
No, it's not about being born that way. I'm saying as far as the statistics show, it's not that there's for predetermined it's going to be 75%. They're saying as of right now. 70%.
So, but I'm saying, how did it get that way? Because I'm looking at the guys now. I'm just looking at the dudes.
Right.
So that's what we're seeing as far as 75% are not sticking around, 25% is sticking around.
Right.
Supposedly.
That's the number. You can never really trust them, but yeah.
But I'm thinking that maybe some of that 75 could be sticking around, but they're not in there simply because they're not being employed. In other words, there's a couple of guys. Okay, let me be straight with you. I think there's a couple of guys who are eligible.
Yes.
But they're not considered to be eligible for other reasons.
Right.
So what's the other reasons?
In other words, they're not.
So the relationship is bad. Like
the
women are the problem.
Yeah, the women are not qualifying them as the type of guy I want to be with. They would be good providers and good fathers and everything, but then they're like, he don't have enough swag. You know what I mean?
No,
he's not attractive.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely in many cases, and I know a couple of cases that. Where the woman is kind of batshit, they're like that. But I'm saying one or two things. One, that's why you probably should not really be into having sex with everybody, just in case a baby comes, because at that point that is your responsibility to take care of that child, and you have to do everything in your power. Even if the woman is bad shit, you have to say, yo, listen, that's my kid.
But you gotta know that ahead of time, though.
But a lot of people don't know that ahead of time. Because they're about to smash. That's the smash.
I got you. Maybe we should not be engaging in these things without being 100% full of our mind. You know what I mean? Because I feel like there's a lot of sex happening between drunk people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or somehow inebriated. Like just, we did some drugs. Like, who was it I was with last night? Like that type of thing. That's really common.
Yeah.
Especially around right now, like on the weekends. Like it's just... Like a lot of people are doing that. I'm like, that is a problem.
Yeah.
There's nothing to stop that.
It's a lot of layers to that too.
No, I know there are.
Like,
I know there are, but here's my thing. Okay, so we touched on nature versus nurture a while ago. My thing is nature right now, popularity says that's what you do.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with it. Like, we have to kind of work to change that culture, is what I'm saying.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with it until real life happens.
Right, of course. But that's too late.
No, of course.
That's too late.
And that's the issue that we're having. So, so that woman that you get with was crazy before you got with her.
Yeah.
But we didn't really do like just kind of.
And usually they didn't just.
No,
spring
guys.
Well, no,
let's back up. You see what you just said? You said that woman that you was with was crazy. Yes, there are women that are
absolutely.
completely insane.
You think they hide it though?
But we have a part to play with that, right?
Of course.
Let me just say why. Because we lied to them in order to have sex. We know we do that, right? We tell them all the things that they want to hear, right?
Yeah.
And we feed into the stories that they make up also in their heads.
Yeah.
So women got a part to play because women, you tell them one sentence and they have a paragraph, right? They say, "Oh my God, he did this. Oh my God, he did this," and they go into their girls about all the stuff that they had, right?
Yep.
And you continue to feed the lies into their heads, and you tell them this is all the wonderful things, and you, even if you don't say much, you give them all the gestures, you give them all the nuances, and then you know what they do. They take, they're nurturers. They take things and they multiply it. So they take your words and they multiply it, right? And say, so they take your series of lies of saying "I love you" and multiply that. Oh my God, he loves me. He's gonna take care.
But that's
he's
not,
gonna do this. So then they have sex with you, and then
Right.
find out like, nah, you just playing. You just
right.
want
But
that
along
sex.
with what you're saying, like, are you saying that is a mystery to women today? Like
do you mean?
that a guy will do whatever it takes.
It still is a mystery.
It's a mystery.
Believe it or not,
It's a mystery.
believe it or not, it's common
you
as it
kidding
is.
me?
It's common as it is. It's still a mystery. But they still fall for it.
My eyes.
No, seriously,
That's
bro.
what I mean. You see, no, you see that?
Every day.
That's what I mean when I say nature.
Yeah.
They can't help it.
Yeah, that is
It
ridiculous.
doesn't matter how many times you do it. They still
No, but
fall for it, yo.
we supposed to be educated now. We supposed to be.
Ricky, what are you talking about?
Come on, man. We got the
Ricky.
Google. We got the
Ricky, we are outnumbered. There is a girl out there right now. If you go out there and you could straight up lie to both face, lie to her face, right? She might in her mind know that you're lying.
Yeah,
She just can't help it.
yeah. No,
Because
it's terrible.
she has this whole need for companionship.
Yeah, and also I think
And so she'll take it. She'll take what you say, even though in the back of her head she knows
Yeah, she's like,
what
eh.
you're saying.
And of course,
Probably,
for long enough that
but
things
she's
happen.
willing to entertain it,
Yeah,
bro.
That's because
And
that's a
what
possibility.
that's my thing when I'm
Yeah.
saying
Yeah.
nature.
yeah.
I think that's nurture. But okay, it's fine.
It's
No, he's saying what they're seeking and how they react
can-
to the
you
how
can-
they react to
you
the
can
stuff.
know the
It's
truth.
nature.
You can know exactly the game plan,
Yeah.
and you still fall for it. You can't help it.
Hey,
Yeah, that wouldn't
but
be
like I
nurture,
said,
that'd be nature.
for some, if they're saying I'm 30 and if they're of the thinking, and this is more people with our generation, my daughter's generation and down aren't really dealing with that, but women in our generation is like, well, I'm 30, I'm not married, I'm supposed to get, and my mother was putting pressure on me. It's like, when are you going to have grandbabies? And this seems like a veritable match, and I'm going to avoid all, I'm just going to ignore all the red flags, and and this is going to happen, and we're going to get married and live happy and ever after, and get my mother off my back, and that's what happens. And then people, because my daughter's going to be 21 next year, so people in that generation, they're seeing everything they go through is like, I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
And then they do something different. So
Yo, a long time ago, I said something to a girl, right? And she was just talking, and it was just, I can't say the name. And she was saying like, but girls, and she was bragging about how girls' intuitions are so sharp. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Your intuitions are very sharp. It's so sharp that you fall for the same thing every time. Right? So
Yeah.
it's sharp.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what you want to think.
Yeah.
Right? But how you fall for the same thing every single time, yo? Every time you're in a bad relationship, every time the guys,
But you
you know what I mean? Like,
but you've
come on,
heard
man,
that
what are you
there's
talking
no
about?
but you've heard that there's no good men out there, right?
Right, again.
So they're picking the best of, you know what I mean, of what's left. Or better yet, all the good men are taken already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've heard that. I've heard that from girls. Like, all the good guys are either they're already in committed relationships, right? And so this is what you have. And if you want to be in a relationship, you got to
What
get
they're
one
not
of
saying
these
is
guys.
all the good guys are not taken.
That's
There
what
are
I'm
good
saying.
Guys, there are good guys out there. They just don't want to be with you.
Well, that too. You have to be.
That's really
you have
what
to be
it
a
is.
high value woman.
Because if you're gonna keep singing the same song all the time, man, bro, it's you.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's you. It ain't the dude.
Yeah. No, I got you.
Your intuition is sharp.
well,
Yes, Dwayne. Yes, a high value.
oh god damn. Oh, that's so dumb. That's fine, but no, I mean, we're doing pretty good. All of us in this room, you all at the table, have been married more than a decade.
Yeah, man.
So I think, well, no, actually, Ricky's the elder statesman. It'll be what, 16 for you? It'll be 16 this coming November.
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm right behind you.
Daggone
15.
it. back on it.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Same woman, 16 years. You all right?
Yeah, no,
Tiny's great.
It's
I'm
been
playing.
about
Tiny's
three
awesome.
different women, honestly.
Tiny's
She's so different than how she was when she got. Yeah, it's
Tiny is awesome.
Isn't that the truth?
3 different women, I think. So she's on her third.
They evolve, man.
layer.
We evolve too.
It's better though. I gotta put that out there. It is better. She's better than the person I knew
Yeah, we
when they
evolve
first got
too,
together.
man. We're
So
not the
yeah,
same people
absolutely.
either, you know?
Yeah, well, no,
Absolutely.
We ain't the same 25-year-old or
Crazy thing.
35-year-old, you know?
So what's the secret there, Dwayne,
There ain't no secret.
to the longevity?
No, it's really no. It's basically no. I've known Shakia since we were 12. So there's about been, I guess, 15 different women now. But
Wait, hold on. So you're saying because you know a long time?
no,
That's it.
no,
Like,
because
so
the day we got married,
so
I was
what's
like,
the
"Who the hell are you? I don't know who
there
you
you
are."
go. So what's the sauce? What's the
The
sauce?
sauce is basically, biblically, it says that I cannot divorce.
Okay.
So,
Lord, we're gonna get to that.
Okay.
no, please don't.
We're
Come,
gonna-
come
we
on,
gotta-
man.
we're
Come
gonna
on.
get
This
to
will be
that.
the sixth
No.
time. I said it.
Now
Let
that
it
you
go.
said it.
Let it
You
go.
said it.
Now that you said
You
it,
said
I'm
it.
going to
Let it
open
go. Let it go.
I'm gonna reopen it up.
Come on, man. Let it go.
I'm gonna reopen
Let it go.
right
Come on.
back up.
We go through this.
All right, fine.
You already know it's there.
All
No, it's
right,
fine.
go ahead.
No, if you want to talk about it, it's fine.
Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
But scripture. So that helped me through the hard times. Because
Okay.
there were times like those opening years. You were there. Those opening years of marriage that were crazy. Like it
Yeah.
was like, we was getting divorced every week. But it, we sat down. And he's like, well, listen, this is what scripture says about this, and this is what we say we believe. So that got us through those rough patches. And then, and really at base, I want what's best for Shakia Hill. I want, that's what I want for her. I want,
That's good,
and,
man.
I always want what's best for her. So even when I'm angry at her, I will still hold that umbrella out when it's raining. So
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you want what's best for her even if it doesn't benefit you?
yeah.
Heck yeah.
That's good, man.
That's why I be telling her the truth and getting myself in trouble. That's the only reason.
So would you want what's
That's the
best
only
for her
reason.
even if that means she was with somebody else?
That's not what's best for her.
No,
Well, how do you
not
know
at
that?
all.
That's not what's best for her.
How do you know?
Space, you better stop that.
Okay.
No,
You
I'm saying,
want me to stop
That ain't true.
I'm saying,
Well, then, what are we talking about when you say best for her? Is it best for her because it benefits you, or is it best for her because it's truly best
That's
for
not
her?
mutually exclusive. You.
No, what I'm saying is,
All right, so you propose a situation.
I'm just opening it up.
well, no.
No. Let me hear it. So,
When you say I want best for somebody,
right.
is it best for them because it benefits you, or is it best for them because it's truly best for them?
I believe it
Because you want it to be best.
No,
for
it
them.
absolutely
You really-
does. Being with her absolutely does benefit me, but I'm saying because of the relationship that we have and what's out there and what we've been able to foster and grow over the past 15 years, give that up now? No.
Yeah, I don't think it should benefit from
I don't think
not
she'd
being
benefit.
with me and stuff.
And then
How do you-
But Rick, you said it's not mutually exclusive, right? Which is correct. But what if there's a scenario where it's better for her to be with someone else? It's not better for her to be with you. What would you say in that scenario?
Well, I mean,
I think that's what you were proposing, right?
yeah. He was saying that. So okay, so in this scenario, she's an ex. I'm guessing. She's an ex. Yeah. She's about to be an ex. We're in trouble. We're seeing that maybe there's somebody. A lot of
Like you realize that you're just not the.
I'm not the guy.
Yeah.
I'm not the guy.
It's
I can't
in your
make myself the guy.
estimation.
Okay.
You're not best for her.
I can just completely see that. That's what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right.
Just like how you can see you are the best, you could see it, right? It's
Well, I
all
guess. I
perception.
mean, honestly, I guess if we get there, I'd have to agree that if I love her, then yeah, she would have to be.
Isn't there like a famous saying, like if you really love is something, let it go.
and stone. Yeah, and see if it comes back and all that good stuff.
I mean, I don't know if I agree with that,
But
Yeah,
sometimes it might not come back.
yeah,
it might not,
That's
and you have to be
reality.
fine with that. Like that's insane.
let me tell you something right goddamn now.
Matt's in the chat, and he's like, I'm a high value man.
Man, get
Yo,
your ass over here, man.
You better be.
Let me tell you something.
Matt, get your ass over here. This
You better be.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you.
Dwayne,
Let me tell you
Dwayne's
something.
face, Dwayne's face is mad uncomfortable.
No, listen. Before we move on, we ain't moving on. No. Before we move on,
Dwayne,
let me tell you. Before we move on,
Yeah.
all right, just to really be real with you, that happened. Okay, since I've been married, that happened. That situation where I found that I was not the best guy for her happened.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And so I had to become a different person. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
That happened to where I had to change from what I believed and how I was going and what I thought was this is right and all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I had to become a different person.
So-
I'm not the same person.
So to Pat's point, you found a solution that benefited you.
Well, that too, yeah, sure. But I think we both benefit. I guess you could ask her. You could ask her the question. I think it was a mutual beneficial situation right there.
Yo, go ahead. You got
Tell you something about them now. Ain't no dude.
It'd be hell to pay, right?
If you held it, no.
Yeah,
Those are my that's my wife.
yeah.
My children, they gotta move in with some other dude, no stepdaddy.
No.
Them kids don't no dude love them kids like I love my
That's
own
what
kids.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Listen,
That's what I'm saying.
Get the hell out of here. I don't care.
Yeah,
If, matter of fact, goddamn it, if there's another dude out there that is better, I gotta die.
No, for real.
I gotta die first.
For real.
damn, it runs that deep.
Yeah, I gotta die. You gonna have to take me out.
I mean, and also like
No, but like, are you saying that? Are you saying
I have
that
to
because
believe
of?
that.
Are you saying
ahead.
that because of her? Are you saying that because it's going to directly affect your kids?
Well, no.
Those are two different things.
Well, no. What affects her?
If it's the kids, then I'm just like, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's not separate. That's the problem. I'm
Yeah,
not
it's
looking
not.
at it as a separate
Yeah, it's
entity.
not.
Right,
What
her and
affects
the
her?
kids.
That's
affects
my girls.
kids.
That's everybody.
That's mine. All mine. I don't give a shit.
No, I feel you on that.
Yeah,
But what
I
I'm saying-
don't give a damn.
I get you.
Yeah.
I know.
Whatever she needs me to do or get
Yep.
it done, we'll have some sort of a compromise. Out,
So what if there wasn't kids involved?
Huh?
How about that scenario? If there weren't kids,
if there's somebody, we married.
No.
That's my wife, dude.
No.
That's like I care.
Stop it.
You're
Stop
saying
it.
it.
No.
You see, you're saying it from your perspective.
Well, yeah.
What I'm saying to you is, she comes to you and be like, "No, you're not the best one for me."
Where are we going? Where are we going? We're like, okay, I'll pack the bags. Where are we going?
No.
Where are we going?
Listen.
that's good.
Where's Shakir going? Where's Shakir Hill going? Where's Shakir Roberson going? Where's Shakir Sharon Roberson going? Where are you going?
Oh man.
That's my wife, sir. All right.
Hey man, I could respect.
I believe you.
I respect it.
He's like, where you going? Where we going?
Where are we going?
So he can move in.
Huh?
He can move in. I'm kidding.
Can you sleep?
But she loves what she loves. How about she just wants to
But
get
I mean,
away?
that's a really
No, that's two
interesting
different things,
philosophical question, right? 'Cause,
No,
like,
it is.
truly, if you really believe that her life will be better, if if you take that scenario for what it is, if you actually believe, I mean, this is not probably never going to be the case, but if you did, would you be willing to make that sacrifice? Would you be willing to be like, yo, I am not it?
Yeah,
Her life is gonna be better.
Right.
I mean, this is not like a scenario that doesn't exist.
No, it does.
It's probably not that common, but it exists. It's out there, right?
I think for me, it's you're able to look at your intent
Yeah.
and selfishness with love,
Yeah.
having these discussions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because, like I remember, a long time ago, man, my brother said something to me, and it was very impactful. He was just like, "Yo, you gotta be able to pray for somebody, even if it doesn't benefit you. Like take you out of it, and see if you could truly pray for somebody, right? And I equate that to like, okay, let me take myself completely out of it. Can I really be happy if this person for that person's happiness for real? And if I can't do that, being married to a person,
Yeah.
to my wife, if
Yeah.
I can't do that,
Yeah.
I can't equate the measure of my love for her really. I'm assessing it like that because I have to be able to put myself in the most dire situations where it will really affect me, really hurt me, because what essentially is going to happen is another man's coming to take over your throne, essentially, and that's the psychological thing that you got to deal with as a man, right? And to think about that and still say like, yo, you know what? That situation wasn't best for her.
Well,
Even if it was with me, it wasn't really best for her.
yeah. Well,
So to have a love that transcends, even if it doesn't benefit you, that to me is where I could measure where I'm at with my love for for my wife.
Well, here's the thing.
You know what I mean? Like, and not saying that I hope that that's what happens.
No, of course not.
It's not what you want to happen at all. But you're saying you got to put yourself in that position. Like, oh, let me not be the man that says, okay, I want everything to go my way. Let me flip the table a little bit. Let me see. Let me throw what a man throws at a woman, throwing back at me, right? And see how I handle it. And you have to be able to and then that to me is where you start to ask yourself or question your intent a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
In a relationship.
Yeah.
That's everything. Your intention.
Yeah, but I think a lot of times when you're saying their life is going to be better, we have to pretty much tie down how. Is the reason her life going to be better is because it's a lack of trying on your part, a lack of trying to be better, or I mean, because not everybody's rich, not everybody's going to have 7-figure salaries, not everybody's going to do that. But with what you have, are you trying to make the best life possible for the person that you're with? Why? That's what love is.
That's it.
From when we got married, I didn't have much of anything. Where I was like, with what I have, it's totally yours, and we're gonna try to make a life together, and and that's how it's gonna be. So when it comes to saying who's going to do better than I am materially, there are a lot of men out there that do better than me. Of course. But as far as loving that woman from where I love her from, nobody does that better than me. Nobody.
Well, listen.
Nobody.
Listen.
Nobody.
You're the champion of your household.
Joe.
Nobody.
And if they can, they have to meet me outside because I'm fighting. And then if they beat me, if they whoop my ass, they can have it. If they kill me, they can have it.
Nah, I'm going up in the woods training.
Yeah, okay.
I'm going to the monastery.
yeah. If they whoop my ass, they can have it.
No,
I like the mojo. I like the testosterone because that's really no. I mean, real talk. That's what it is. That's I understand it, but again, if you go through all those lengths and then you're stressing her out at the same time, right?
Well, right, but that's a problem with the relationship. That's not necessarily that's a you problem. That's like there's something wrong with you going on to where it's like, well, if this man is not taking care of home, or if he's not trying to go and do better. Not to say that you have a job that's small and you have hard times, because I've had hard times, but there was always a striving to do better. But if there's no striving to do better, if you're not trying to do better, then she could probably do better someplace else. But I'm trying to make it in such a way that's like, you see she sees my work ethic. She sees the problems that she had with me is never work ethic. It's never trying to provide. It's never trying to do. She has no problem with me in that area. But when it comes to relational stuff, I'm not really a cuddly guy. But we
all have our issues.
Yeah, I got those are my issues. But as far as that, no. And it's not a macho thing. It's not that I don't want.
No, goddamn it is a macho thing.
No. I'm saying,
just say what it is.
No, I'm
it's
saying,
okay. Yo, it's okay.
No, when I say
space,
perfectly okay.
When I say it's not a macho thing, it's not because I don't want some other dude.
No, you need macho, bro.
I mean, like, she's really my wife. Like, she's really for real.
All right.
But like to go back to it, right? Like, not to rehash it, but it's like, there's a lot of people all over the world, dude, like with different circumstances than you. Like, you're applying it to yourself and how you live now here in the States or whatever, and you're working, whatever, and there's someone who could be better, but you're doing pretty good and you could do better. There are people who have like circumstances that they can't control, man.
Absolutely. And
they're at wit's end, and they're just like looking at their wife, looking at their family, and like, yo, you know what? They stay with me, they die. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, they stay with, it's just terrible. Like, she got to go. She's better, and they make this really difficult decision that'll, eat them up forever, but knowing they did what was best for the wife and the family. Right. And stuff, this is the place we're going with. This is what we're talking about. Like, can you, if like the whole point, if those qualifications are met and that you will not do better, then situation B, whatever that is for her with this other guy. You know what I mean? Like,
can there not be another guy? Could it just be like
You know what I
No,
think?
can it be like she
Yo,
just can't be
yo,
with me?
to
Can
be-
you do that? Can you?
No, I understand that circumstance,
No,
right?
I see it, but it's like, oh my gosh.
But right because it directly affects our ego.
Right, no, exactly,
it does.
exactly.
It does.
If you
Really
could say,
affects our
okay,
ego.
she cannot be with me. She
That's
can't be
probably
with
the
me.
hardest part. The
That's the
ego,
hardest part.
dealing with the ego.
Well, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, you know that there might be a guy eventually. You hope that there'd be some type of protection and stuff like that. But I don't want to know there he is, the guy. Like,
You know what I'm starting to get to, man? I feel like in that circumstance, right? I feel like it's important. Yeah, it's hard because we're guys, man. We're full of testosterone.
absolutely,
And we're
mine.
getting ready to
it's
kill
mine.
somebody
It's mine.
already.
It's
right?
mine.
But if it means for the benefit of your family and another man can take care of that family and you can't really take care of that family, as hard as it is, right? There has to be some way to yeah, look at Ricky. As I'm saying that, Ricky shaking his head like Ricky has his fist balled up.
Dude, I'm pissed.
Damn, Ricky. I didn't even finish my thought yet. Ricky has his fist balled up.
Dude, I could feel my temperature rising, bro.
He's nervous.
I could feel my temperature. I'm like, no.
Yo,
Go ahead.
But
Go ahead.
You know what it is? It's an ultimate test of ego, man.
No, of course.
Yeah, no,
It's an exercise. It's an
Yeah.
exercise of
Yeah.
this is an exercise of letting go of the ego.
So that's something you do occasionally. Check yourself.
I have to.
Yeah.
Because
All right.
dude,
right.
it keeps me grounded.
All right. Yeah.
I have to check myself when I say, well, wait a minute. Let's if the shoe was on the other foot, like how you truly feel about that, and then check your ego a little bit because it can happen.
No, I get it. If it's getting to a point, because there's people that have done that. There have been people There have been people in countries like, you know, there's like, hey, they'll send their wife and children to America even though they can't come, or they'll send, you know, there have been families that are split up for a time to say, okay, listen, go here, make a living, and then come send for us, and then
Yeah.
But so those are very rough situations.
Absolutely.
And they do happen. So in those situations, then I
No,
would,
yeah, for sure. I could see that, but where I am right now,
no, I'm saying
have to
What
leave
is it-
America.
What is it about guys when we have sex with a woman? We think they're ours.
who said that?
Who said that?
That's what we think.
That's
Come
what
on.
we think?
Bro, you don't have to say that, man. Yo, all right, you know what? Let me tell you right now. Okay, we already said it. Dude, let me. No,
it's my wife.
No. Wait.
All right,
women I've had sex with that wasn't mine.
Let's do this exercise.
All right.
You have sex with a girl.
Okay.
Right? You have sex with a girl, Ricky, right? We're just doing the exercise now, right?
Uh-huh.
You have sex with a girl, Ricky, right? That girl comes around me, that girl start giving me the googly eyes. You see she give me the googly eyes. Now I have sex with her. How you feel, brother? Now let's just say I happen to have a bigger penis than you do. You see what I'm saying? Yo, it's gonna kill you. It's going to kill you. It's
not going to kill me. It's going to kill her, first of all.
So, but that's my question.
let's go.
That's my question. My question becomes. My question becomes, what is it about a woman that when we have sex with them, we think it's ours?
But that's not a woman.
Even though we we do this all the time, guys.
No, but women do it too. Women do it too.
Women do it.
Yeah.
Women do it on a different scale. I'm talking about us.
No, but that messes
I'm talking about when we have sex with a woman.
Wow.
That messes
We
it
can
up.
say we don't want to be with that woman, right? We can say all we want. Let that other man come up and snatch that up. You gonna feel a certain way.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to check out of this one only because I will be honest. I'll be straight up with you. I don't have the numbers you guys probably have. I'm feeling
No,
that
you
way.
don't have to have numbers. I'm just creating.
I don't have numbers, so my numbers are very low.
No.
And stuff. So
I'm just
therefore,
saying, man to man. No numbers. Nobody has. Man to man.
No, because I
He's
feel
trying to run out of
no, because I feel like we're on different levels.
No,
with
we're
it.
not, Ricky. Don't run
I
out of
feel
it.
I'm
Ricky,
talking
you're
to a
a man.
master.
You're a
I'm
man.
not-
Ricky, you are a man.
Okay, so no. So, all right, so I will answer your question. I think it was a question.
Yes.
Yes.
What
I do
is it
feel.
about
I do feel like they are mine. I do.
Right.
I do feel like they are mine. Yes. Yes, I do.
Why was that so hard to say?
Right.
No, only because I don't want to be. I don't feel like my experience is representative of
it's not
the greater male experience. Is all I'm saying. I don't want to be.
If you're a man,
You know.
more often than not, even if you don't want
But
to,
you see now you change. You say if you're a man. So now I'm like okay.
Okay, no.
I don't feel the typical man feels the way I do.
Fine, Ricky. I have to watch my words. You are a man.
Okay.
You sleep with a woman.
Okay.
You said you don't want to be with that woman.
I never said that.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay.
The scenario.
So I have to be that guy now. Okay.
You just slept with her because you guys had an attraction. You guys slept with each other, right?
Okay.
Now another man pulls up and starts having sex with her, right?
Yeah.
How you feel?
Yeah. All right, Dwayne. Could
She was
you
having-
go like
She was having sex with somebody else before I got to her.
Sure.
Okay.
But it's the one that you had. It's the sex
no.
that you had.
Dwayne says he does
So,
not have.
I
Okay.
say,
you don't care.
I say, thank you very much. Goodbye.
yeah.
Okay.
I thank you. I thank
then-
you. For,
and then
for-
he finds-
You don't feel no way.
no.
No. All right. Good.
I feel absolutely no
see?
way.
Lie.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's lies.
I believe him though. I do.
Look me in my
do
face.
believe it.
Look me in my eye.
Look at him.
I'm telling you the truth. Thank you.
Telling the truth.
Thank you very
Look
much.
at him.
You know, because that messes it up. One, I was like, that messes it up.
Wow.
There are like,
Compartmentalization, bro.
yeah. I'm saying I know what this is. There have been
Okay.
times when I've dealt with a woman, and I'm like, listen, we understand what this is. I know your home situation. Thank you very much. Goodbye. As a matter of fact, if anybody asks me, I will deny I know you. Who are you? Who is this person? What? No, thank you. Yo, man. That's what keeps the free flowing going. Because if I'm messing up your situation, then you're not gonna want to give me nothing no more, and that's not good for any
What
of
if
us.
she doesn't want to give you anything no more?
No, if she doesn't, if we reach the end, and that's fine.
No.
and
What
then-
if after one time?
Okay,
you just
that's
don't
great.
wanna-
Thank you
Okay.
that you have done this like once. That's awesome. Especially if it was good. If it was good, great. That.
If it was good, you want to go back.
Oh no, I want to go back, and that's the reason why I keep it silent. I don't say shit because I want you to come back. I want you to say, you know what? I want a good Yelp review in the sex area. Like I want you to say,
want a Yelp review.
I want a good Yelp review. I want you to say, like he was discreet. He didn't say nothing to nobody. As a matter of fact, I'm so into the game. I denied Shakia when we was married once. It'd be like, hey, you and Shakia getting down? Nah, man, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. Where'd all these kids come from? I don't know. What happened? Exactly. None of your business. Why? Because I want you to come back. Come on back. Come on, get some. It'll be secret. I ain't gonna tell nobody. Come on back. Come on. But then if you're like, oh, this is mine, and now all of a sudden somebody else is in her face, and you just messing it up for her. Yo, man, I want you to be great. Go do what you gotta do. I love you. Go ahead. Go. But at the times when it gets lonely and it's not going right, you got my number in case of emergency. Break glass. Right.
What about that other guy that's breaking the glass?
Hey, man, people break glass. I'm just saying, if the rotation comes back to me, I want you to have very good feelings about, you know what, that Dwayne, he was cool. He ain't say nothing. He ain't even say nothing to his boys. Don't nobody know. It could be a sneaky link to the death. Never talk. You'll never hear about it from me. You'll never hear about it from me. So you come back. I want you to come back. But if you don't come back, that's cool. If you don't come back, that's cool. But I won't be that guy that blows it up. He's like, oh, she was trying to get with you, and then the beautiful thing is, if you keep quiet, she'll be more of a freak because
You sound like an expert, bro. Like,
Huh?
No, that's what I'm saying.
We gotta
At the
we gotta
table, and you talking to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
We gotta.
No, there's greatness
I don't know
at
what
the
you-
table, and you
I don't
talking
know-
to me.
I don't know what you're talking about, sir. No,
Yeah,
none of
yeah.
that never happened.
I hit it first.
It never happened.
And yo,
I would never say that.
yo, guys.
I'll write a song. I got a song about it.
Guys be going over that too. Like, who hit it first?
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
We be talking about that.
I don't have those conversations.
Nonsense.
don't
Nonsense.
have them.
I think it's who hit it last that wins. That's all I'm saying. Who hit it last that wins. That's what I think.
Who hit it last? That's
Yeah,
nice.
that's what matters.
Why you say that?
Well, that's what matters. Who hit it first? That means you were like a trial. Maybe she didn't really know what she wanted, all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, That doesn't matter. I would never boast I was the first. Are you kidding me?
No, I mean, because think about it. What did we say?
That's stupid.
What did we say earlier? It's saying the consequences are different for women.
Yeah, it is.
I'm trying to take away the consequence. If nobody knows nothing, they can't say nothing. That means you can come on back.
Dr. Dwayne.
Yeah, come on back.
There you go.
You know, I ain't gonna say shit. I
Love.
ain't gonna say a thing.
Come get the love, baby.
Hey, he's like, hey, did you have sex with that girl? Nope. I don't know what you're talking about. You could see me come out the room. Nope. We was paying taxes.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
We were paying taxes.
Paying taxes. we was talking to what's that the thing to help you and your wife have to help get out of debt.
Delilah?
Credit card, because we was talking about credit card
We were
stuff.
talking about debt consolidation.
We was talking about debt consolidation.
Dave Ramsey.
We was consolidating debt. That's what we was doing.
Debt freedom.
I mean, come
Yeah,
on, man. Niggas talk too much.
I was doing her taxes. I was fixing her credit. We're
That's
doing
right.
credit repair.
Yep.
Niggas talk too much.
He was doing some debits and
By the
credits.
way, Plaque Funding Group.
He was
Black Funding Group.
Holla at us.
That's right. See,
Shameless
see.
Shameless plug.
Patrice, I just plugged your business. See, Latrice. Sorry,
with an L.
sorry. I'm sorry.
It's French.
Latrice.
It's French.
Latrice. Sorry, that's
It's
what
French.
the alcohol told me to call you.
Listen.
I'm sorry.
It's French.
Plaque Funding Group. Holla at us.
Yeah, holla at him.
.com.
Get that money together. Get that credit score up.
Get that credit together.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. People talk too
Credit.
much. People talk too much.
No, they do.
Shut
They
the hell up.
definitely do.
Yeah, just enjoy the blessing and get to stepping. That's how. That's how
Oh wow.
baby.
Oh wow.
Enjoy the what?
Enjoy the blessing and get to stepping.
Oh shoot.
Wow. I'm telling you. You have a master at the table. You're talking to
And
me.
that's a church boy. And he said that, and he turned his chair and leaned back. Yo,
Listen, Dr. Cosby just gave you a whole.
yo, lean back. It was like, yeah, that's how I
Like
get
you ain't been the way I been.
That's right. That's right. Y'all keep that one. Y'all keep that one.
No, yeah, well,
Yeah, keep
gotta. I don't wanna share it.
Man, it's
I
just
don't-
crazy to me how, man, you know.
No, that's true. I mean, of course it is. I think it's natural to have some type of affiliation. If you don't, and you have that compartmentalization going on, then there might be some nurture in there.
Yeah.
I think so. I think nurture got Dr. Dwayne the way he is. That's what I think.
Yeah. Well,
Was your daddy high number 2?
I don't know.
Okay, we don't know.
No, I know my dad, but like I said, that's me. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
He was,
All right,
he was.
fine.
You know, just-
All right. Well, mine was for sure.
yeah.
But and I think being the last, you kind of like see, I think, the worst of what that is about. So you kind of have a real.
Are you the last?
Yeah.
The last?
Well, no, not really.
Okay.
But I was supposed to be,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, the numbers couldn't stop. He still had.
It was
some more.
so different
Yeah.
back then, man.
Yeah. No, and that's what he said.
Yeah, it was
That's what he said. It was different.
yeah.
He told me that's different. Like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I had no, no hard feelings, no nothing. Just, yeah.
Yeah, I think after a while you get to just to understand who your parents are.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, when you get to this age, like,
Yep.
you're 40 now, you have no thoughts about what your parents are, what they
Oh my
are. You
gosh,
know
look what they
exactly
did.
who they are.
Yeah.
And you're like, you kind of make peace with it. That's just who they are.
Yeah.
They're human just like you. My parents were 20 when they got pregnant with me. And I didn't, you know, it wasn't the best relationship. So it's just what it was.
I still think they were awesome people, though. I don't care.
Yeah, of course.
I don't care. He was a, yeah, definitely. And, like, for real.
Yeah.
For real. I'm like, yeah, definitely could have done worse.
I think too, man. The older you get, like when you live longer and you go through your own experiences,
Yeah.
you develop more empathy too. You know, because you're just like, well, damn, you know, like it must have been crazy for them.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if for us it's this way,
Yeah.
and you know, and then they had less resources.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I always bring myself back to that in terms of like when you get to the point where you're just like, well, my parents should have did this, my parents should have did that.
Yeah,
But I'm
nonsense.
Like, yo,
Nonsense.
you know, they should have. True. In like when you're looking at it from your perspective right now.
Exactly.
But back then, you know, they did what they did with what they could. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, you know, you just
And it's hard to judge. I mean, it's hard
like
to.
you're never gonna.
You're
know
not.
what
You're
it
not
felt
in
like
that.
to live back,
Exactly.
you know,
You're not in their shoes. It's hard. Like you can't do that. I mean, not in any seriousness or any serious amount of time. Anyway, you know what I mean? Like,
You know.
of course, you can find. Oh, it would be nice if they did this. If he was like that, whatever. I don't know. I keep insisting. I keep telling people, whatever it is that, you know, like you feel like, man, that would have been better, like in my past, if somebody had done that or did, and I'm like, it would have changed you. You know what I mean? Like some of my determination, some of my whatever is probably because of that situation.
Right.
You know, so I'm like,
what I do feel though, I feel like even now looking at it, I feel like, I feel like my only question would be in those times was, what happened to exercising entrepreneurship and home ownership? You know what I mean? Like, it's not like that used to be, that's our culture, right? That's that I'm not saying it like it's a new thing. We've been doing that as a people. But I think that what I can say is like generations coming now, it becomes a little stressful for the generations to come, right?
okay.
Because you have parents that has a couple of philosophies. One group of generation of parents says, I have to go through hardship, so then now you have to go through hardship.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is completely
it's crazy.
like nonsense to me, because
Nuts.
your generation doesn't grow if they have to go through the same exact things that you do.
Nuts.
Right? If you could prevent them.
Right.
They're already going to have their own set of troubles.
Yeah.
But if you could prevent them, help them to grow from your stage. If you don't help them grow, they have to go to the same thing you grew. They're not growing.
Yeah.
There's a school of parents that does that. There's a school of parents that really just didn't have the resources.
Well, I think those were our parents. Right? I think those were our parents. Like the people in our parents' generation said, okay, you got to grow up hard, just like I did.
Right.
I'm saying us at the table, our generation is trying to kind of move away from that. So we of course are more involved in our children's lives. It's not just the absent parent just kind of sitting in front of the TV all day barking orders. It's more so like, you know, you get with your kids, you play board games with them, you know, you're trying to get more involved so that they see you. You know, so I think this type of generation we're trying to move a little away from that.
Right. But there is, though, the parents, like you said, it wasn't like they was just watching TV. They just worked all the time.
Well, yeah.
And they had to work all the time because you can't just make it off like 10 hours of work. You gotta like, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta work.
That's my situation. Yeah,
50 to 60 hours a week, and they have to make a decision, right? So they gotta be like, okay, if I stay home, we ain't got no money to do anything. Yeah, I have to work in order to put us in a better position. Yeah. So then there's that equation as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, that's my situation. I think in a 2-week period, I worked 150 hours, and so there are times when I'm not home like that, and the kids know. And when Shaki and I got married, we made the decision of her to stay home, and I was like, well, it's better for us to lose one of us than both of us. So, you know, she's been home with them for the last 15 years, but I've been, you know, going out and working. But yeah, it's rough because I don't really get to see them. I'll miss birthdays, or I'll, you know, and I work nights. So, you know, the only good thing is, you know, kids are homeschooled, so I see them all the time because they don't have to go, you know, they school at home. So at least I get to see them.
So that's a
so it works.
But if it was in school, they would.
If they were in school, they would never see me.
You'd never,
because I'd be sleeping when they get home.
Yeah.
Because I work the midnight shift.
Right.
So, but there was a time when my oldest daughter, she didn't really get to see me because she went to school up until high school.
Wow.
So, you know, there were just like, oh, wow, you've gotten so big.
Yeah.
But you know, and there were times when I missed kids' birthdays and all that stuff. But you know, luckily we've done the homeschooling thing for quite some time, so I have a great relationship with all of them.
Yeah.
But we need that because if they had to go to school, they wouldn't see me. You know.
Wow. Well, you guys made it do what it do. You made it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you made it work.
Yeah. Our youngest child just turned 9, so you know we're halfway there.
Wow.
Yeah. You haven't even met you haven't met.
No,
Judah?
I met.
You haven't met Judah and Josiah.
But we didn't really like.
Okay, because you know there's kids that you have not met.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's a tough thing, man. That's why too. It's like it's never like you can never gauge somebody's like plight or like life or something like that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Until you actually hear what exactly is happening with that family dynamics, man.
Yeah.
But it's like I think that like moving forward with our culture, like it's very important for us to get out of the like what I'm trying to evolve from is the mindset of like, yo, my kids don't got to go through what I went through, right? also evolved from the fact that like, yo, I will be at peace. I say this to my wife all the time, right? Like I will be at peace with dying, knowing that I left them with options.
Options, yeah.
Not to say that they're gonna choose them, right? But at least, you know, because they get older, they might think different things. But at least I left them with options.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. That's fine. But my thing would be like, yo, dude, you didn't leave them with nothing, and you left them with a bunch of bills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
bro.
that's even worse.
Nah, man. No,
that's even worse.
No.
Yeah.
So then here comes the work and strategizing and trying to put things together to make sure that, like, yo, at the end of the day, they could set their generations to a different path.
Yeah.
Like they're not setting the generation starting from scratch,
Right.
and trying to figure out how we're gonna do this and how we're gonna do that and how we're gonna do that. Like that didn't leave us with anything for me, because like it's like, yes, my, like, you know, our family dynamics, they're awesome. My the way we grew up, amazing, God-fearing, grow up this way. But I think that part of it was the part where I'm like, man, it would be great that if that was the situation with our generation, right?
Yeah.
No judgment, no judgment at all. But it's not. But I'm realizing like, okay, it's for our generation to do.
Yeah.
Because we're realizing that, right? It's our generation got to do it. Like my brothers and sisters, we got to be the one to do it in order to set the next generation.
Yeah, but of course you wanna teach them to continue that, right?
Right. Of
you
course,
want to teach
absolutely.
them because that's one of the things, like you can grow this whole thing and then they come in 2 years and it's gone.
You have to groom them to do that.
A lot of people are not putting in that type of work.
You have to.
They're not putting in that work. They have half of it correct. They providing for the kids, all that stuff, but then the kids have no idea what to do once they leave the nest and stuff. I'm like, no, you gotta know. In fact, just me, I would err on the side of it would be good to pass on the wisdom and not have as much to give them, because they can take those things and multiply.
They can choose to be completely irresponsible. About it. That is a factor.
Of course, right? Of course.
And you can never you can never stop. You can't make them do it. Like the worst thing or the craziest thing of being a parent is you could teach them all you want to teach them.
Yeah.
But they can get to a point in an age where it's like, well, I'm just not going to do this.
Yeah.
But from what I've seen, they always come back around as they've gotten older.
And I think that's important to realize.
Yeah.
I think that's important to realize. That is a really good principle, and I think that's important to realize. You cannot you know what I mean? Because I saw that mostly in my nephew, because of course I've seen them longer than my own kid. My oldest nephews and stuff like that, including Caleb and Caleb and stuff. That was one of the craziest things, because his father tried to teach him music and get him into that, and he was like, didn't want to have anything to do with it. Now you know the story.
Yeah.
I had I had another nephew pretty much about the same age. We used to go to I love the beach, so we'd go to the beach together. He didn't want to go in the water, didn't want to. I had this guy's champion swimmer all up and down the place, Olympic pool. I'm like, what the heck? Right. You never know. You know what I mean? You put it in there, and that's just a principle. You got to put it in them, whatever it is you feel that's important, because it's in there. It gets in, and you may not see it immediately, but the results will be.
Train up a child, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we have that power, though. Like, people don't recognize it. I mean, as a parent, trust me, they're really, it goes to a place in there, even though they try to act all, I'm myself, but they really.
It's in them,
Yeah, it gets, especially if you're doing it for years, you know what I mean? It gets in because they see you doing it too. You're setting that example, and they're like.
Well, it's crazy too, because right now, like I said, my daughter, she's 20 right now, so a lot of everything that I do is embarrassing to her.
Yeah.
Like everything that I do. So, but she's at that point where she's trying to find her identity. So everything that I do is embarrassing.
Yeah.
I expect or hope that, when she gets around like 30.
Of course.
She'll be like, you know what?
That's what that was about.
That's why you were like that.
Yeah.
But right now, she may understand.
That's going to happen.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's not even a.
There's things moms told me, and it ain't till later in your years you're like, well, damn.
What the heck?
You're right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just happens.
And you don't want them to hit their head. You don't want them to hit their head, but
That's
sometimes inevitably they will.
Yeah.
And it's it's not cool.
I think that's the biggest thing, and that goes along with what you were saying earlier. Like even if you're doing all these things, you have to remember what power we have in each generation. It is I think you were saying about owning stuff.
No, what I was
you were talking about owning stuff.
Owning
you said just owning things. You mentioned that before.
Meaning like leave them with options.
Yeah.
So what I mean by options, meaning like you don't have to do a fundraiser to bury me.
Gotcha.
You're right.
There's at
life
least
insurance is
there's at least enough money to bury me.
Yeah, life insurance is.
You know what I mean? Like little things like that to help them along the way or while they're grieving you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That type of stuff is extremely important. And of course property. Like as long as
that's what I was getting at, property.
As long as we live, you're gonna need a place to stay.
Yeah.
So they can always monetize real estate.
Absolutely.
So yes, get as much land as you can before you die.
Or just stuff, man.
You know
I mean, not just anything. Obviously, we in a culture where it's like just whatever materialistic. But I'm saying like, I think that is definitely something we have to absolutely recognize. If you're looking at minorities versus majority of people and stuff like that and so on, the haves they have stuff. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's why we recognize that position. It's like, it's not just, because they're that color, that's why they get respect. No, because they have stuff. They have pull because they know people and whatever. Right. That's a real thing. It's not just, because they're that color. No, and you can't do that because you don't have anything.
Right.
If you you have to have something to invest. That's a thing. You need to have some type of investment you can put into something to make something. You have to have some seed, to grow something. You can't just come, because I'm this person. No. No.
But I think, the main thing is, and this is why I have to commend you, gentlemen, as far as being in a relationship as long as you have been. When you have broken families, kids don't really learn as much generationally. Mm-hmm. So the fact that you're able to do this, even if you never get to the point where you own a massive amount of property, you've instilled enough in the next generation to where they can.
Oh yeah.
Right.
So we're supposed to be building from generation to generation. If we break, if we break our families up, that doesn't happen. So I have to commend you, gentlemen, for doing it. So,
you're not bad yourself.
You said it, so that's what it is. That's it gives perspective of why you should stay together, though.
Yeah.
Outside of the emotional and aspect of things.
And the selfish part, right?
And the selfish part.
Yeah.
There's a couple people in the chat, by the way.
Yo, who's in the chat? Who's talking?
Latrice and Tanya's there.
Have they been talking?
Yes, they have.
Check out the chat.
Yo, so how come, man?
Pastor John is in here.
Any questions on that? Any thoughts on that anybody has, or what
let's see.
So Raymond John says we as people have to own stuff so that we can pass it on to the next generation.
Yep. I agree. 1,000%.
I agree.
We have to strive to do that.
Yeah.
We have to.
But or I mean, even in the sense of where you might be in a place where you are not able to own property at this point, at least instill enough to where
that's what it is.
Instill enough to where they may be able to do it. Or I think every generation, if you stay together, every generation gets better. They're able to accomplish more based on what the previous generation has done. And now, of course, in our family, my wife and I are the first ones to pretty much do that. Because my parents weren't together, but I'm saying we're kind of like the first to do that right now. So
that's huge.
It's an experiment.
That's huge. Though.
It's an experiment. So we're thinking that our children will fare better.
Yeah.
So we're hoping.
Should.
Yeah, they should. They
have to. They have to. Anybody else?
Yeah. There's who's that?
That's Tandi.
That's Tandi.
Oh, okay. So she says there's sometimes an inner struggle with our parents' generation between being happy for our generation when we make it or are pursuing making it and being jealous of us making it.
That is a dynamic that's true. I've seen that.
That's true for parents.
I've seen parents actually want their kids to succeed but not be so much better than them.
Yeah.
Well,
especially in one generation.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you have to you have to understand, especially when you have children young, that a lot of your dreams or a lot of the ways that you were trying to make it had to be either put either postponed or totally foregone
Right.
because you have a child now. So you have to live for that child. And then when your child grows up and they may have had children a little bit later, they're able to make it a lot better than you did. So part of you is very happy that your child is making it. But part of you is a bit jealous because you weren't able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's where midlife
Yeah, I could
crisis
see that.
come
I could
from.
see that conflict.
That's that ego check.
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
where midlife
Listen,
crisis come from.
I've worked that out in my mind to say like, yo, I want my daughters passing me when they graduate high school. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Gotcha.
it has, to me, that's more satisfactory. Like I feel more like, yo, you know what?
Yeah.
I've impacted them in such a way.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
where-
and you have that longevity too.
You know what I mean? Because it's just because you're
early.
supposed to evolve, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And they're supposed to evolve and surpass you. Or else, what have you been doing?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know, but it's still a part of you. Like, I mean, that's hard. It's almost like you hate yourself.
Right? Because they're you. They came.
They
from
are you. I'm like, you can still feel pride because, like,
Yeah,
dude,
but
I helped with that.
People are jealous of their kids. That's a real thing.
I never thought this, but you know how people be saying like, yo, you know, having daughters, having kids, it changes and stuff like that, man. How am I at my daughter's event and I'm seeing them and I'm getting emotional, bro, like, you know, like real talk. And you know,
Yeah,
we're all here, man's man.
yeah.
And you know how when you can feel that tear bubble?
Yeah,
Coming in your eyes and joint? Because you know what it's doing, right? Because you're watching them and you're having like this whole flashback moment and you're remembering all these times, and that's where the emotions come from. Because you're like, oh my God, they're doing stuff, they're growing so beautifully and blah, 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 blah. And then that joint, it messes with you as a parent. You know what I mean?
And they don't need you as much.
And it's such a short time.
It messes with you.
Yeah.
It's such a short time too, because you know
is.
you think
Ridiculous.
20 years, 21 years is a long time. It isn't. It goes in a blink.
Right.
I remember when Alpha was born. I remember that. That's his daughter. I remember when Alpha was born.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Alpha was like 14.
15.
15. She's 15 years old. In 5 years she will be 20.
Yeah, man.
Why?
Yes, nobody needs
Why
to know
is that? Why is that happening? Why? Why?
And she's ready, man. I'm like, what the heck? You shouldn't be ready. Stop it.
Oh, she ready to...
Yeah, she's ready. She's on time.
Oh, boy.
She's preparing herself. She's getting, so I'm like, that's good.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
good.
like, what's
Yeah,
going
man,
on?
That's good.
that joint's a tearjerker, man. I ain't gonna.
Yeah,
front.
no, forget it. Forget it.
Seeing your kids grow up before you, man. That's
It's crazy. It's
What
crazy.
else? What else we got?
Listen, it's been great, man. You know, it's midnight.
Oh,
It's time.
that happened? Yeah, it's so quick, man.
It's
So quick.
time for us to wrap it up.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we're finally back, man. We'll see you guys a little bit more.
Yeah, we
You know
try
what
to
I'm
get
saying?
antsy, get back here.
For those of you who are on the chat who didn't subscribe, I'm pretty sure you guys probably subscribed already. Subscribe! And we'll be back.
Hit the
Give you
bell.
More content. Hit the bell. Ching, 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 ching. All right, y'all. We out.